Unlock a world of opportunities with a wide range of savings accounts and expert guidance. You'll learn the art of saving and financial management. It's time to let your money work for you. Start saving, start investing, start growing with IG Sacco. All you need is a duly filled form, copy of your recent payslip, copy of your ID alongside your original one, and your KRA PIN. Visit our website www.igsaccolimited.co.ke to become a member today and take control of your financial future. IG Sacco, our investment, our growth.
This is NTV.
Every day, thousands of Kenyans troop to government offices in search of services. Every single day, most often than not, they go back to their homes dejected, frustrated, and angry. Seeking government services should, in a properly functioning system, be a smooth and a dignified affair where public servants actually serve the public. But a 7-month nation investigation reveals the rot in the public-facing service sector, the humiliation and dishonor with which Kenyans are treated every day, and the systemic decay that threatens to grind government services to a halt. In the first of a series of investigative stories, the nation is publishing experiences of ordinary Kenyans caught in the sickening grip of a spiteful, mean, and outrightly corrupt government machinery. Starting today and every Tuesday, the Daily Nation, Nation.Africa, and NTV will bring you these experiences of Kenyans seeking services in the corridors of power and what the officials we trust to manage our public affairs say about this sad state of affairs. We'll be diligent in our reporting, we'll be bold but factual, and we'll be relentless. This is NTV Tonight, the highlights of top stories making headlines tonight.
In War Memorial, by 26th, salary it's in our accounts. Today is 30th. We have nothing. So we don't even know what next.
More misery at War Memorial Hospital. Staff salaries delayed as police commander plays hide and seek with the courts. Also tonight,
even when we open ourselves up to dialogue, one thing we will not open ourselves to is our decision-making independence.
Yes, but Chief Justice Martha Koome says the law is the law and judiciary independence remains supreme. Plus,
passport yangu ndio apply mwezi wa 5 mpaka today nao sijaipata, na tulikuwa tumeambiwa itatoka na 3 weeks, na sasa hiyo miezi yote imeisha na haijatoka.
Working, not working, and now broken. The story of Kenya's passport department that only serves VIPs and emergency cases.
But the bill does not explain very clearly how they will get the border guy to pay this tax. The mamamboga, if I may use such a word, to pay this tax.
Legalizing an illegality. Kenyans poke holes on the housing levy bill on the final day of public participation.
Live from Nation Center, this is NTV Tonight with James Smart.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the program. Our channel interpreter is Flora Atieno. We begin the bulletin tonight with a developing story right here in Nairobi, where fire engines are struggling to contain a fire along Jogoo Road that started about 6 p.m. this evening. Our reporter, Brian Mushiri, is there for us and now joins me live with the latest updates. Brian, what can you tell us and what do you know so far?
Well, a very not so good evening to you too, James Smart from studio. You are absolutely spot on. As it is right now, I am standing on the roundabout that is properly known as the City Stadium roundabout. Why? Because right behind, or right to my front, beg your pardon, is Jogoo Road, and to my right is Enterprise Road, and to my left is Landis Road that will perhaps lead you to the Central Business District and the Nation Center. This behind me is the market, or one of those markets that is popularly known as Juakali area in City Stadium or City Stadium area. So the area that needs to be cordoned off is this particular side that has you have your regular business and traders just doing the sale and purchase of tanks and plastics and septic tanks as we know it, and obviously the other opposite side that will give you your regular metallic boxes. So this is a fire that we have gotten to understand that began around, like you've put it, 6 p.m. But proper preliminary word from authorities here indicate that it began around 5 p.m. And it has been a battle that has seen police at least actually do a commendable job in particularly crowd control, because it is one of those particular days where we had initially started to see youth around here wanting to loot, or at least wanting to get to have a look or a glimpse of what exactly is happening in this particular area. As it is right now, James, the authorities have not particularly spoken to us. We have not seen any key figures, particularly someone like Governor Johnson Sakaja make his way here, that has been tradition in the past. However, authorities as far as the police are here, and indications, or at least forward from the authorities here, indicate that we have not recorded any deaths or any injuries as of now. But again, they continue to remind us that this is something that is developing. Remember, this particular market area is in touch with the residential area of around Muthurwa area, and we have also gotten word that the fire has slightly extended to that particular residential area. So it is a matter that we continue to listen into. And as it is right now, as far as traffic and crowd control is concerned, on matters to do with crowd control, it is proper to indicate that police initially had been resorted to actually lob tear gas canisters, a couple of them on crowds, just to disperse them for ease of access to this particular area. So as it is right now, anyone accessing, or anyone who would like to access the Nairobi Central Business District via Jogoo Road will actually have to use other routes, perhaps Mombasa Road or even Thika Road on this particular other side. But for anyone who requires to actually use and get into the Central Business District through this particular roundabout at City Stadium is actually required to use the wrong side. The police have cordoned off at least this half, or this better half of the roundabout, just to give fire engines a chance to get to the scene. Also, Smart, something important to also note is speaking to authorities here on what exactly has been happening, is that preliminary investigations or even preliminary words are indicating that this is an area where there is oil. So anytime that the fire engines perhaps spray water on the fire, it only covers the oil area and the fire bulges up again. Also, so big is the fire that at least my camera person might need to show that this particular billboard, that is quite is quite synonymous with this particular roundabout, has been burnt half. I don't know whether it's quite possible because of the darkness here to see that particular issue. Just an indication of how high that particular fire gets there. So what you're seeing right now is fire engines just trying to quell the fire as we know it. Also, another important note to take note of is the fact that for a moment there, county fire engines had a hard time actually quelling this particular fire, because some experts have mentioned to me that this is that kind of fire that requires powder and not particularly water. And so what we have seen as of now is the water canisters attached to the general service unit have actually made their way here, and the level amount of calm that you're seeing here is courtesy of those water canisters by or attached to the general service unit. Smart.
Just one question for me. This is a very concerning situation happening in a very, very busy area, given the kind of materials that you expect to have here and what happens in this particular area. Do you have any sense, and authorities, are they telling you that because they've been combating this fire for 2 hours or so, do you have any sense that they're making headways? And are they saying, you know, what other measures they're going to take? Given that this part of the area is connected to residential areas, do we have any sense of what the authorities are saying and how long they're going to take to try and contain this fire?
Well, Smart, it's thank you very much for that. And it's quite important to note that at this point in time, this relative calm that we are seeing here, this is the first time we are seeing any form of this level of calm in this particular area, because the fire is blown out and then absolutely just rises all over again out of nowhere. It has extended to the residential area. So we are continuing to follow up with the authorities just to get to understand how deep it is into that Muthurwa residential area. Smart.
Well, NTV's Brian Mushiri there reporting for us in the Muthurwa area. We're keeping tabs with that, and please stay with us on all our socials and all the nation.africa and ntv.co.ke for all the latest on that. Now, what happens when the chains that link a critical system break? More so when that link is the only hope that the citizens of Kenya rest upon. Tonight, in the first installment of an exclusive series on broken government services, we show what happens when the load of responsibility is transferred to the ordinary mwananchi, tracking the road of broken promises in the healthcare, national identity cards, pensioners, among other key sectors. Now, in part one, we focus on the backlog in the issuance of passports, which has seen mammoth lines sprout out at Nyayo House, contradicting the statement by Cabinet Secretary at the helm of this essential service, Professor Kithure Kindiki, that passports would be issued within 10 days after the physical submission of forms. NTV's Gina Kirori starts off our series, which will run every Tuesday on the Daily Nation and NTV. Here now is that report.
Believe it or not, this is a line of people waiting to get into Nyayo House to know the status of their passport application. Let's take it back to September 2023, when Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki made a surprise visit to Nyayo House. Little did many of the Kenyans know that the wait was about to be characterized by longer waits and even lengthier lines, snaking their way against what before was the car park of Nyayo House.
What the people of Kenya are going through is very painful. It should not have happened in the first place, but this is where we are. The solution is not to lament, the solution is to fix it.
In present day, the exhaustion at Nyayo House is palpable. The only thing more broken than the systems here is the broken hopes of Kenyans, some of whom have delayed in reporting for work, education, and other opportunities. Some line up with their babies strapped on their backs, while others give in to the sleep they're wrestling with. All this happens before the desperate push to get ahead of the line, where the attendant shouts out different names of Kenyans who hold their passport application papers in the air so that she can see them. Among those lost in the crowd is a man who we will name Musa, as he has asked us to conceal his identity.
Nilikuwa hiyo kazi nilikuwa nimeenda Somaliland, ni kazi ya kujenga estate. Na nilikuwa nimepatiwa 3 weeks, 4 weeks niende, na sijawahi pata passport ya kwenda Somaliland.
Despite the approved stamp that streaks the receipt that Musa received as proof that he had completed his passport application, he still continues to join the line of tired Kenyans waiting to receive the document after almost 1 year.
hata kwenda kuangalia passport. Sometimes minakosa fare, minatembea mguu mpaka Nyayo House, hata minarudi mguu mpaka hapa pipeline. Miguu juu sijapata kazi nyingine, ni ile tu ya kupata siku moja siku mbili, ile ya kuhustle.
It has become among the most coveted documents owing to how evasive it is to get it. Job opportunities and scholarships have been lost by those who trek to Nyayo House on an almost daily basis, only to be met with the same disappointing and ambiguous response of machines breaking down. Musa visits Nyayo House at least once a week to check on the progress of his passport. While Musa was the only one who agreed to speak on camera, other sources interviewed at Nyayo House said they have been waiting for more than 1 year for their passport. One 23-year-old from Utawala, who received a scholarship to study economics in the United States, had not received his passport since finishing the process in June 2023 and missed the intake in September 2023. When questioned about the delays in the issuance of passports, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, through the Office of the Director General Evelyn Cheluget, stated that from November last year, the Directorate of Immigration Services has experienced a surge in the number of passport applications due to labor export policy, academics, and diaspora cases during the festive season in December. The situation has been exacerbated by delays in the supply of critical materials used in passports production due to the disruption of global supply lines. The ministry does not say when they expect the problem to be resolved, only adding that the Directorate regularly replenishes passport stocks and is committed to ensuring that urgent applications are expedited. During one of the over 5 visits the Interior CS made to Nyayo House last year, he labelled the passport office a crime scene and vowed to remove the cartels causing bottlenecks after reports of bribery for passports surfaced. Some Kenyans have had to pay as much as 60,000 shillings in bribes to avoid missing travel deadlines. However, for some Kenyans such as Musa, the struggle to get a passport is written all over his shoes, which show the wear and tear of his efforts to search for better opportunities outside the country to better his and his family's life. Though we may have given him a lift to help reach the Central Business District for his weekly routine to check the status of his passport, he is uncertain of what tomorrow will hold. Ngina Kirori, NTV.
Well, and the broken government services will be running to every Tuesday here on NTV, Daily Nation, and Nation at Africa. Please keep up with that. Now, 2 departmental committees of the National Assembly would have public participation on the Affordable Housing Bill 2023. The proposed bill aims to address Kenya's housing deficit by establishing a framework for affordable housing development. During the session at County Hall in Nairobi, various stakeholders urged the government to put in place a framework that will guarantee exclusivity and ensure ordinary Kenyans enjoy the intended benefits. NTV's Martin Mwangi with that report.
Has reviewed the Affordable Housing Bill.
It was the last day of public participation on the Affordable Housing Bill 2023. The Finance and Planning Committee of the National Assembly had from various stakeholders. The Institute of Certified Public Accounts of Kenya, ISPAC, challenged the government to make it inclusive of everyone and not just the salaried individuals.
It is very simple and straightforward to tax Kenyans who are on the payroll, including the honorable members of parliament, and argue that these are the easiest targets. But the bill does not explain very clearly how they will get the border guy to pay this tax, the mamamboga, if I may use such a word, to pay this tax. In the process, the question of discrimination still arises.
ISPAC argues that the bill lacks a framework to exempt those who already have a mortgage or special interest groups such as the disabled. The criteria for acquiring a house was also a major concern, with the parties expressing concerns that the ordinary Kenyans may have been locked out.
We are seeing a suggestion that even if you are 18 years old and you are able to pay a deposit, you will be able to acquire a house. But then it creates an element of distribution and redistribution of wealth. It also means that if I have money, I have a parent, or I have some background which enables me to pay a deposit, all I need is an ID and whatever else, and I have it.
Why can't we make it mandatory that even those who are allocated houses, they should have shown evidence that at one time or the other, in one way or the other, they have made an attempt to contribute, and not just the question of 18 years, an ID, and then they get this funding.
ISPAC has urged the government to explore other mechanisms of funding the project through private partnerships so as to relieve Kenyans of the burden. Martin Mwangi, NTV.
Well, and the public participation sessions came to a close with many largely opposed to the proposed bill, arguing that many ordinary Kenyans will not benefit. Here are views of those we spoke to.
Serikali wajenge na pesa yao, sisi tuchukue. Sisi hatuna pesa ya kukata.
I make sense juu kota hajaipitisha, wana skip loopholes mingi. So for the government, I think what they should do, kawa hizi refund, basi watupatie hii housing project ya maana.
Wewe unakata pesa zako, baadaye unasikia ati nyumba inauzwa 1 point. Na sasa mshahara yako ni 10,000. Unaizana na hiyo 1 point. Sio inatosha kununua hata shamba mahali ujenge upate nyumba smart, badala kuenda kungangana na hiyo maneno.
Sijashuhudia ile public participation ikifanywa ya nyumba za bei nafuu ambayo inaendelea. Na ninajua ya kwamba leo ni siku ya mwisho ya kufanya public participation kuhusiana na mambo ya hizo nyumba za bei nafuu. Hapa Bungoma hatujafanya public participation.
You're watching NTV tonight. Take a short break, but coming up.
Even when we open ourselves up to dialogue, one thing we will not open ourselves to is our decision-making independence.
Chief Justice Martha Koome defends both judicial independence and her meeting with President Ruto. Coming up after the break.
Welcome to the Delight Nakuru, brought to you by Username Investments. Perfect for your dream home investment for holiday home, going only for 799,000 shillings for 1/8 of an acre. SMS Nakuru to 20321 or call 0725 000 222.
Haya, lesi ya kungoja kwenye star 570 hash kuna ploti na ni up to 1.1 million Kenyan shillings with a genuine title deed na inakungoja star 570 hash bukana shake.
Sí, ¿de qué parte sos?
Stay 5 degrees cooler.
Body odor is caused by germs, and on active days, the sweating and odor are more. That's why you need the new improved Dettol Cool with up to 5 degrees instant cooling sensation and odor protection. Be Dettol sure.
Panda tukupandishe on Go Entertainment this new year on GoTV bila kulipia extra. Kama uko on GoTV Lite, lipia GoTV Value. Utapata kufurahia GoTV Plus. Tayari on GoTV Value, then lipia GoTV Plus uenjoy GoTV Max. Kama wewe ni wa GoTV Plus, lipia GoTV Max ujinice na shows noma kabisa on GoTV Super. Furahia the best sports, international shows na local shows una like free. Download GoTV Stream. GoTV. Love it.
Let's work together to ruin Adrian's life. If there's one thing all three of us here want, it's to see him suffer and die.
I accept your help, but we'll do it on my terms.
Only if it's for the best.
No matter what obstacles lay ahead of us, I won't back down. I'll fight for you, Mitch.
No matter how many bad things the world says about you, I'll stay with you. I will always choose to be on your side.
This is exciting.
Piso.
Join the Optivan family today and experience the epitome of coastal living at Ocean View Ridge, Vipingo by Optivan. Call us on 0790 300 300.
Optivan, Optivan.
Welcome back. You're watching NTV Tonight. Now, Chief Justice Martha Koome has hit back at President William Ruto following his tirade directed at the judiciary after court rulings put a stop to the housing levy and the deployment of the police to Haiti. Koome maintains that regardless of the judiciary having dialogue with the executive, the judiciary still maintains the autonomy to make decisions based on the rule of law. NTV's Sydney Chazima has the details.
In what appeared to be a response channeled to President William Ruto and his political allies after their criticism of the judiciary, CJ Koome now maintains that no one will influence the decision-making of judges.
We will never discuss the merit of a case. That will be determined by the judge based on the evidence, based on the law, and based on their own understanding of whatever has been presented to the court. And if that decision turns out to be erroneous and not to be acceptable to any party, they should appeal.
Last week, President Ruto was dealt blows by the courts, with the housing levy and the deployment of the police to Haiti being put on hold. President Ruto and his allies didn't hold back, lashing at the judiciary, citing sabotage.
It is deceitful for you to sabotage the opportunity for other Kenyans also to get a job in other parts of our economy.
In response, Koome, who was criticized by the opposition after meeting Ruto at State House, maintains that no one should mistake their openness to dialogue as an avenue to clip the judiciary's independence.
We will live up to the ideals of decisional autonomy as protected in the Constitution. Even when we open ourselves up to dialogue, one thing we will not open ourselves to is our decisional-making independence.
Several legislators allied to the president have since been vocal about their intention to trim the judiciary's budget in what appears to be a thinly veiled attempt to cower the courts to submission.
Mahali pesa inatoka ni kwa ushuru. Na hii judiciary ndio inasimamisha ushuru yako. Mimi naona hapo kama tutakosana kidogo. Mimi naona kama ikifika bunge tutafunga kingine.
Koome has vowed to soldier on in the wake of the attacks.
Only an independent judiciary can safeguard the rule of law and ensure state stability.
The opposition too wants Ruto and his allies to keep off the judiciary.
Azimio stands for the rule of law and supports the need for an independent and professional judiciary. Subsequently, we demand that the Kenya Kwanza regime must keep its hands off the judiciary.
CJ Koome made the remarks during a meeting with the heads of missions and development partners in Nairobi. The remarks are potentially going to shape this week's discourse in the protracted tug-of-war between the executive, the judiciary, and now the legislature.
We have very special guests.
Sydney Chazima, NTV.
You're watching NTV Tonight. Taking another short break, but coming up. Government issue loans to non-salary Kenyans unable to pay the compulsory social health insurance contributions. Details after the break.
Welcome to the Delight Nakuru, brought to you by Username Investments. Perfect for your dream home, investment for holiday home, going only for 799,000 shillings for 1/8 of an acre. SMS Nakuru to 20321 or call 0725 000 222.
Warembo, ni nini muhimu kwenu mnaponunua body lotion?
Smoothness, scent, glow.
Nunua Nice and Lovely body lotion. Inai-transform dry skin kuwa deeply nourished na kui-smoothed. Na fragrance nayo, wacha tu.
Now available in the 850 ml pack.
Chagua Kenya's #1 body lotion.
It's Friday and things are looking a bit boring.
Fanta. Submit to the fizziest of fizz. Surrender to a bubbly bliss. Fall for the tangiest of tangs. Succumb to the flavor frenzy. Fanta. Indulge with a sip and snack.
Nimeget airtime.
Airtel Money inakuokolea.
Really?
Yes.
Aje?
Ukiwithdraw chapa kwa Airtel Money agent inakurudishia hiyo transaction fee kama airtime.
Fancy.
Karibu.
Shosho. Chiko. Nipotea.
Angalia hapo kwa buchari kanjia kako hapo.
Oh. Shosho.
Airtel Money makes your life kidogo better. Panda tukupandishe on Go Entertainment this new year on GoTV bila kulipia extra. Kama uko on GoTV Lite, lipia GoTV Value. Utapata kufurahia GoTV Plus. Tayari on GoTV Value, then lipia GoTV Plus uenjoy GoTV Max. Kama wewe ni wa GoTV Plus, lipia GoTV Max ujinice na shows noma kabisa on GoTV Super. Furahia the best sports, international shows na local shows una like free. Download GoTV Stream. GoTV. Love it.
A very good evening too. I do hope you're having a good night. Here's what we have prepared for you from the Business Hub. My name is Nina Shaban. Government plans to issue loans to non-salaried people who will struggle to pay for their compulsory social health insurance, where monthly contributions will be 2.75% of the gross income. The draft Social Health Insurance Regulations 2024 says while salaried persons will pay for the premiums monthly, those not in salaried employment will be required to make one annual payment based on the estimated 2.75% of their annual gross income. The one-off payment is meant to overcome the rampant anti-selection challenge, but presents a compliance burden for families, with the draft regulations allowing the government to bar those without up-to-date contributions from accessing public services. The draft regulations say that the Social Health Authority, SHA, the entity that is going to replace the National Health Insurance Fund, NHIF, will work with the Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSMEs Development, in the provision of the loans to pay for insurance. Listed agricultural firm Sasini PLC cut 267 jobs last year on increased farm mechanization, which it says has raised efficiencies and reduced costs. The company's staff numbers fell to 2,300 in the 12 months to September 2023 from 2,567 a year earlier. Sasini's non-management staff, who are mostly employed in the farms, dropped to 2,130 from 2,401. Those in management, meanwhile, increased by 4 to 170. The listed firm recorded no volumes traded at its Nairobi Securities Exchange counter, closing the Tuesday trading session at 21 shillings a share. CBA, Cooperative and Stanbic have won the lucrative deal to keep the more than 100 billion shillings in pension contributions held by the Public Service Superannuation Scheme, that's the PSSS. The PSSS has disclosed 3 banks piped 8 other rival registered custodians of pension funds to the deal and are now custodians of the billions collected from more than 350,000 civil servants, including police officers and teachers who started contributing to their own pension savings scheme in 2021. The 3 banks beat Bank of Africa, Equity, I&M, KCB, the National Bank of Kenya, Prime Bank, SBM, and Standard Chartered, who are registered custodians of pension banks as of 2020. All 11 banks had been in a heated race for the lucrative contracts to keep the contributions, which began in January 2021. That's it for business news tonight. My name is Nina Shaban. Don't go anywhere, because coming up, Africa's fastest man, that's Ferdinand Omanyala, to kick off the season with 2 races in France.
Welcome to the Delight Nakuru, brought to you by Username Investments. Perfect for your dream home investment for holiday home, going only for 799,000 shillings for 1/8 of an acre. SMS Nakuru to 20321 or call 0725 000 222.
Who is a true partner? They go out of their way to help you. They do not hesitate to go the extra mile. And they're always there standing beside you. They step in when you need them the most. Because a true partner is a partner kwa ground. KCB Bank.
Shambani mbili yako ni gani? Kwa star 570 hash. Every 100 shillings unayotumia kwa Lucky Game inakupa 1 entry point ya kuingia kwenye drum ya draw, ambayo inakupa fursa ya kujishindia moja kati ya shamba hizi mbili. Mwisho wa match namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings na unapata title deed yako safi. Na mwisho wa April namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings, lori za mawe na mchanga. Zote ndizo hizi. Dial star 570 hash. Title deed ndio hii. Buka na shake.
Warembo, ni nini muhimu kwenu mnaponunua body lotion?
Smoothness, scent, glow.
Nunua Nice and Lovely body lotion. Inai-transform dry skin kuwa deeply nourished na kui-smoothed. Na fragrance nayo, wacha tu.
Now available in the 850 ml pack.
Chagua Kenya's #1 body lotion.
All right, welcome back. Time for your sports brief. Now, Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omanyala, will kick off his season with 2 races lined up in France next week. The Commonwealth champion will compete in meeting the Miramar on February 2nd and meeting the Paris on February 11th as a build-up to the World Indoor Championships slated for March 1st and 3rd in Glasgow, Scotland. Omanyala holds the national indoor record of 6.54 seconds over 60 meters, a feat he achieved last year in Louvain, France. The 60-meter races are key for his speed ahead of another busy outdoor season that will climax at the Olympic Games in Paris.
So we've been preparing for the indoor season, and we're going to the 60 meters. And I'm going to handle every race as it comes, no pressure. I'm just going to execute and just, put in what we've been doing and what we've been working on. So we're going for the indoor tour, the 2 races, Miramar, France, then out come to us to prepare for the World Indoors.
And indeed, you're watching NTV Sports. Take a very, very short break. We'll be right back with plenty more. Don't go too far.
Nivea Luminous visibly reduces dark spots. Does it really work? Trust me. For post-acne marks too? Of course. World's #1 anti-spot expert serum, now for post-acne dark marks and age spots. Visible results in just 2 weeks. That means also for my age spots. Already worked for over 1 million women. Nivea Luminous 630. It works.
There's a kind of bank assurance intermediary that really allows you to relax because you know you'll be good. That's Coop Bank Assurance Intermediary for you. Get covered real good through Coop Bank Assurance Intermediary.
Let's work together to ruin Adrian's life. If there's one thing all three of us here want, it's to see him suffer and die.
I accept your help, but we'll do it on my terms.
Only if it's for the best.
No matter what obstacles lay ahead of us, I won't back down. I'll fight for you, Mitch.
No matter how many bad things the world says about you, I'll stay with you. I will always choose to be on your side.
This is exciting.
Secrets of El Paraíso. Join the Optivan family today and experience the epitome of coastal living at Ocean View Ridge, Vipingo by Optivan. Call us on 0790 300 300.
Optivan, Optivan.
Welcome back. Now, over 300 workers of Nakuru War Memorial Hospital will be forced to tighten their belts in February after the ongoing court wrangles over the ownership of the hospital delayed the payment of the January salaries. This, as the Nakuru County Police Commander, Samuel Ndanyi, has been summoned by the Nakuru Environment and Lands Court to appear on Thursday for failing to implement court orders, requiring him to facilitate the restoration of hospital management of Nakuru Memorial Hospital. NTV's Ruth Sarmoi now reports of the dilemma the workers have found themselves in due to the failure of the police officer who has been playing hide and seek on the court service server.
To be mentioned before Court 1, that is before Justice Obwai on 1st February 2024 for further directions. Police Commander Nakuru County to appear in Court 1 on the same date to explain to the court why he has not implemented the court order, failure to which a warrant of arrest to issue.
So please be patient. I know we are hungry.
It is a ruling that left the employees of the Nakuru War Memorial Hospital dejected after camping at the corridors of justice for days, only for the hearing to be pushed for a later date yet again.
Our prayer as a hospital is that before that first, that wherever the county commander is, he'll be able to let us in. We are ready, even as today.
They came in numbers, expectant that the courts would give further directions on summons issued to Samuel Ndanyi, the Nakuru County Police Commander, 5 days ago, to appear in court today, but the police boss was no show.
It's because of the personal commitments that the county police commander had. That's why he's not been able to attend the site visit.
Today in the morning, they came and said that they are fully complied, and as such, we should be able to gain entry. These issues about the daughter being unwell have just come up right now, and it's just an excuse.
Maybe we could have Monday.
I'm tired of mentioning this matter.
They exclaimed in shock when the State Council requested the court to push the mention of the case till Monday, promising that Ndanyi would this time present himself to court. The dispute over the ownership of the Memorial Hospital between the Nakuru War Memorial Hospital Limited and the Nakuru County Government has now affected the payment of salaries of the hospital employees, as the managers dealing with the issue have not been allowed to enter the facility. They have been out of work for 11 days now.
We are supposed to prepare the salary when we are in the hospital, which is not possible. The directors have to sign the checks for the salary to go through. They are also not available. So at the moment, it's like now we are grounded. In War Memorial, by 26th, salary it's in our accounts. Today is 30th. We have nothing. So we don't even know what next.
Musale fears that the delays could impact the mental health of the over 300 hospital workers.
The next thing is about mental issues, because some of them will go into depression. They have been there for the last 20 years, 25 years, and they have never missed a salary.
Earlier in the day, the court process server was denied entry into the facility to hand over the court order, as the county enforcement officers manning the hospital gates declined to receive the orders. The hospital gates had been locked to prevent anyone from entering the facility. For 3 times now, the court officer has been forced to serve the orders electronically to the public servant who has not been found in his office for a while.
I've been there since Monday, trying to push for service of the court order. Several times I've gone, more than 1 time per day I've been there, but I've never met him in person because he's always said to be out of office.
Ruth Sarmoi, NTV in Nakuru.
Well, you've been watching NTV tonight. Time for us to leave. But this is the top story tomorrow on the Daily Nation. And we're leading with the housing levy. And the headline there is how Ruto broke housing pledge, that the opposition to the levy in a new bill amounts public participation has been continuing. Read that story on the Daily Nation tomorrow.
This is NTV.
Step up to more fun and get more than you pay for. Upgrade now and get boosted to the next package for free. Dial *423# or call 0711 066 000 and upgrade to the next level for free.
There's a kind of bank assurance intermediary that really allows you to relax because you know you'll be good. That's Coop Bank Assurance Intermediary for you. Get covered real good through Coop Bank Assurance Intermediary.
When you're finally released from pain, that moment when you start to get back to ordinary, and ordinary feels amazing. Whatever pain you're going through, release starts here.
Let's work together to ruin Adrian's life. If there's one thing all 3 of us here want, it's to see him suffer and die.
I accept your help, but we'll do it on my terms.
Only if it's for the best.
No matter what obstacles lay ahead of us, I won't back down. I'll fight for you, Mitch.
No matter how many bad things the world says about you, I'll stay with you. I will always choose to be on your side.
This is exciting.
Join the Optiven family today and experience the epitome of coastal living at Ocean View Ridge, Vipingo by Optiven. Call us on 0790 300 300.
Optiven, Optiven.
This is NTV.
Welcome to the Kenya Water Institute, KEWI, a renowned training institution dedicated to developing water professionals.
This institution is a very strategic national institution because it is the only institution that is mandated to produce water professionals in this country. The government is actually investing a lot in water infrastructure programs, and this institution comes in handy because it is the institution that is expected to produce high caliber of professionals who will be managing this water infrastructure.
Let's delve into the heart of an organization dedicated to the preservation and sustainable management of this precious resource, the Kenya Water Institute, KEWI.
The Kenya Water Institute is a state corporation under the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, and the mandate of the Kenya Water Institute is to promote standards of service through training, research, consultancy and advisory services, and also outreach programs.
KEWI, as established by the KEWI Act 2001, is mandated to offer training, administer examinations, offer research and consultancy services in the wider water sector.
We're the only institution that is mandated to do research, extensive research on all matters relating to water, both surface water, groundwater, and all aspects that relate to sustainability of our water resources in the country.
KEWI has earned the recognition of being a leading institution in producing high-caliber human capital for the water sector in the region. Our vision is to be a world-class center of excellence in training, research and consultancy in the water and related sectors.
It's the only parastatal institution at the Ministry of Water in charge of building capacities of the other institutions.
We also have a very good platform for training on reticulation for the water sector. That is from how the water is produced from the intake to treatment to the distribution all the way to the customer.
We lose almost 45% of the water that's supposed to be billed. So if you look at it, this translates into billions of money, and that's a big loss to the economy.
As you're coming closer to the leak, that sound will go increasing until the point where I'll get to the leak will be the highest. So the listening stick, the electronic leak detector, and the noise leak correlator do the same thing, only that they do them in different ways and different stages.
To achieve this, KEWI, with the support from the government and development partners, has invested in capacity building of her staff both locally and internationally.
We get a lot of funding and we have quite a number of partners that support our programs, like African Development Bank. We get a lot of also funding from JICA, Kweka, Danida, many others.
Our industry partners are water service providers. We also have global partners like Danish Industries, which is in Danida, which supports our artisans in the plumbing and wastewater technology.
I'm a student here at KEWI, taking a course plumbing and pipe fitting. I also work at Nzoia Water. I was granted an opportunity by the Danish, so I got the opportunity to improve myself now.
At the heart of our mission is the belief that water is not just a commodity, but a fundamental right for every living being on this planet.
Our mission is to offer competency-based education and training, innovation consultancy for sustainable development.
KEWI is driven by a vision of a world where water scarcity is a thing of the past and communities thrive in harmony with their environment.
Some of our counties, we don't have that source of water. So when we get more students taking water engineering, the problem of water in our counties will be solved.
Through hands-on experiences and rigorous academic programs, these budding water experts learn the intricacies of water treatment, conservation, and policy making.
We do have a number of programs that we are currently implementing to enhance cleanliness of our water, recycling of our water, enhancing that there is proper handling of wastewater.
The main function of the Academic Affairs Division is to conduct training, examinations, and award certificates.
We have academic programs and water supply and sanitation and irrigation. We have diplomas in water resources management. We have diplomas in water engineering, irrigation and drainage, and certificates under the same programs. Other than the technical needs of the students, we have other lecturers who will do the basics like mathematics, communication skills, and entrepreneurship skills.
Besides water courses, we also offer IT courses and support. For the IT courses, we help the students gain the knowledge about computers, and also they learn more about IT services.
Nairobi Campus. This campus is located along Ole Shapara Avenue, South C, Nairobi. The campus was established to target such courses as water engineering and wastewater technology. The programs offered are diploma, craft certificate courses, and artisan courses. These include diploma in water engineering, diploma in wastewater and sanitation engineering technology, diploma in irrigation and drainage engineering technology, diploma in water resource management technology, diploma in water laboratory technology, and diploma in information and communication technology.
I am currently doing the course in diploma in water engineering. I came to know the school through my uncle, who is a water engineer.
I really want to improve my village due to it has a real water problem, and therefore I believe I'm going to make it and to change the environment, especially through the irrigation scheme.
Chiakariga Campus.
Welcome to Kenya Water Institute Chiakariga Campus.
Kewi Chiakariga Campus is a constituent campus of the Kenya Water Institute, Kewi. It is located in Chiakariga location, Tharaka South District, and it is mainly geared towards providing sustainable water solutions in arid and semi-arid lands, assaults, through training and applied research.
It was initially a Kenya-Sweden water project sanitation that was meant actually to provide water within the arid and semi-arid lands.
I've known this school from my friends who previously studied here, and from coming to this institution, it has helped me gain a lot of knowledge in the water sector.
We do our practical in this irrigation farm here. We also harvest rainwater, which carries 100,000 liters, which is then transferred, pumped to the elevated tank, and then it is used for irrigation.
Kisumu Campus.
Welcome to Kisumu Campus.
Kewi Kisumu Campus was established in September 2012 as a result of the need to have a water training and research facility for the Western Kenya region, and as part of the initiative to devolve Kewi services to all the 47 counties of the Republic of Kenya.
The campus was established in September 2012. The challenges which were to address was on water scarcity, it was on the drainage, it was also to address pollution of the service water, and it was also to address the water hyacinth.
Since introduction of water hyacinth in the Lake Region Economic Bloc, there are really so many ecological issues that it has brought. Through my cause and through the inspiration of my institute, Kenya Water Institute Kisumu Campus, I came up with some useful products that were made out of this water hyacinth. Egg trays, ceiling boards, composite boards, and other materials that can be made from water hyacinth.
I can really thank the Kisumu campus because through it I have gained enough knowledge to go and execute my duties as the supervisor. The knowledge that I have gained here has assisted me especially to know how we can handle the waste, human waste, how it can be treated, and how it can be safely be discharged back to the environment without causing any harm.
The knowledge that I have acquired here in KEWI for 3 years, I am going to apply. Now that I come from a minority community, I'll be hoping to be using this knowledge to at least increase the availability of water in my community.
Kitui Campus. KEWI Kitui Campus is located within walking distance from the fast-growing Kitui town.
This campus has existed since January 2012. This campus was established specifically to target training that is geared towards arid and semi-arid areas of our region, and a lot of our interventions are geared towards helping the communities in these lands address the challenges when the water is not enough.
What inspired me to study this course of water engineering, I wanted to know more about groundwater so that I can assist my county, Samburu County.
In our place, you may find that people normally fetch water through donkeys from the rivers. During the dry seasons, you may find that the water is not available. Now, I decided to do this course to help the people in my village.
Skills learned here include, but are not limited to, furrow irrigation, horticultural production, practical and other agronomic practices.
In this demonstration farm, we allocate students plots so that they can express and do what they have learned already in their class.
KEWI isn't just a school, it's a community. It's there because we believe in the vital importance of water for our nation's future.
I encourage people living with disability to come and join Kenya Water Institute and pursue different courses.
Kenya Water Institute KEWI offers a wide range of consultancy services. These include borehole drilling, test pumping, hydrogeological surveys, leak detection, water loss reductions, water supply and wastewater systems, repairs and fabrications of water-related plants and equipment, and water quality analysis.
We have a number of water service providers across the country, and they rely on Kenya Water Institute to conduct consultancies on various aspects that affect their day-to-day operations and running of those water service providers to make them more profitable, to make them more sustainable, and to make them have more impact on the society.
What the government is advocating for under the better, that is bottom-up transformation agenda for the country, is to make sure that there is affordable housing, there is good programs for irrigation. The housing needs will require a lot of plumbing. They will require a lot of water distribution to be able to provide clean drinking water for these people, for the community.
From cutting-edge research to hands-on training, KEWI stands as a beacon of knowledge and innovation.
The uniqueness of the programs that we carry out, or rather we do implement at the Kenya Water Institute, is that these programs are hands-on. We are able to develop professionals that are able to, be released to the market and are able to add value directly to the society.
We have been taking our students recently, our graduate students, to Israel for training, for them to go and experience irrigation in a dry environment like in Israel.
When you come to Kenya Water Institute, be rest assured you will get the best quality of education from our lecturers, our technicians, and all the staff of KEWI.
KEWI held its 35th graduation ceremony on the 24th of November 2023.
To the 1,282 graduates of the day, may the knowledge and skills you acquired at KEWI serve as the cornerstone that will shape your future lives and livelihoods.
We look upon you as the youth of this great nation of Kenya, who are well equipped with requisite knowledge and skills to make a difference through the provision of innovative technical solutions to improve non-revenue water management, water resources management, sanitation, and water smart agriculture, among other smart technologies which you've been exposed while here.
As the only water training institution mandated to build capacity in the water, sanitation, and irrigation sectors, the Kenya Water Institute is strategically positioned to contribute to the enhancement of access to safe drinking water to underserved rural communities and low-income urban residents. I therefore urge the water services providers and other stakeholders in the sector to employ these graduates to ensure that service provision and operations maintenance is done with their areas of services.
On behalf of the Kewi family, I wish to reiterate our combined commitment to re-engineer our focus on the effective and efficient discharge of our mandate to ensure we produce competent technical personnel for the water sector in the region and beyond.
When you graduate from Kewi, I can tell you as a chair of the board, we do not have a student out there looking for a job. Once we train them, they graduate after 3 years to pursue diploma. They are absorbed by the water service providers, by the agencies.
The Water Resource Center was officially launched to offer a range of accommodation services at very friendly rates.
So in a nutshell, Kenya Water Institute is the fountain of water knowledge.
The fountain of water knowledge.
Kenya Water Institute Kewi, fountain of water knowledge.
This is NTV.
Step up to more fun and get more than you pay for. Upgrade now and get boosted to the next package for free. Dial *423# or call 0711 066 000 and upgrade to the next level for free.
Being among the top ranking in development, Kiambu is a story of milestones rolled in hard work, dedication and grit. Governor Kimani Wamatangi's election has set this Mount Kenya county on an even higher trajectory. Never has any regime put more emphasis on delivery of top-tier health services than Governor Wamatangi's government.
Kiambu Afya has really impacted positively on our community.
But good health starts with a healthy and balanced nutrition. And any good diet rides on agriculture, in which Kiambu is miles ahead. Further, the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry has gazetted Kiambu County Export Processing Zone EPZ, the project that is part of President William Ruto's bottom-up economic transformation agenda.
We have approached several investors. We have had conversations including with the China Chamber of Commerce.
While other counties wrestle with the complexities of what devolution has been 10 years on, Kiambu is showing, not just saying, how it's done.
Get ready to dive into the pearls of a generation that's shaping the future.
On this new season of Speaking of Gen Z, we uncover stories and emotions behind relationships, friendship, family, and much more.
It's not about the miles between us, it's about the connections we share.
And this is the Strings Attached edition.
Baby, come give me something, oh.
Can we talk about situationships?
Speaking of Gen Z podcast, the Strings Attached edition. Wednesdays from 10 a.m. on Nation FM and Nation.Africa.
Welcome to Speaking of Gen Z.
Let's work together to ruin Adrian's life. If there's one thing all three of us here want, it's to see him suffer and die.
I accept your help, but we'll do it on my terms.
Only if it's for the best.
No matter what obstacles lay ahead of us, I won't back down. I'll fight for you, Mitch.
No matter how many bad things the world says about you, I'll stay with you. I will always choose to be on your side.
This is exciting.
Secrets of El Paraíso.
Join the Optivan family today and experience the epitome of coastal living at